point after watching them clash it out under the sea. But now we're going to watch them already dead in the valley. The lower right-hand corner, it is the Protoss who proxy tech after getting shut out from his own assimilator. It's DruidzKrall. And on the opposite side of Entome Valley, it is going to go ahead and be the blue Terran, who just is very, very sad that he died to such a play. It's Sintox Izno.
Yeah. Oh, I was following you, but since you didn't move, it didn't.
I did move.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Oh.
Moving back and forth, moving back and forth.
Yeah, now
if
I'm
you
not.
follow it, my
I'm
camera.
not following.
But you should, because I was singing and everything. It was great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I trust you. I was fiddling with the overlay. I'm terribly sorry.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, I kind of wonder what Izno is going to have in mind for this map, since it is his choice, and yeah, I mean the ramp is fairly big, as well as the fact that the destructive debris are there, so it's going to be fairly easy for him to do the very, very standard type of 2 medevac push with stim and sometimes even +1 attack. So that might be the thing that he's got in mind, due to the layout of the map. And both players currently just scouting where their opponents aren't, so either this is a map that doesn't have forced cross spawns, or they're just ladder beasts that are scouting the way that you need to do on the ladder, because Blizzard, sadly, even though we love them for making the game, they don't really know how to, make maps and stuff.
Just say loading screen. On the loading screen, this is where your opponent could be, with X's.
Yeah, that could make it a little bit easier.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing somebody where they're going to spawn, is there? I don't think so.
Oh, that's cheating, though. You don't need to know where you're gonna spawn.
So here's where you're going to spawn, and here's where your opponents could be. I think that's the solution, and the fact that they don't do it is beyond me. Probe's going to come up, scout the front, see that the supply depot is already up. I don't think it's going to fool him at all. Everybody just does the fast expand. It's not even a fast expand in this matchup anymore. If you build a Banshee or something, now it's a slow expand.
Yeah, it is. And while we've got a little bit of time, since I do love to do my tactical thing, is that something that I do as well is, just build that supply depot. But nowadays, a lot of Protoss players are really good at figuring out what the Terran does. And if he has put down that early supply depot denying the scouting when you've got your probe on the way across the map, like Krall does, it will more or less tell you that there are no gases taken behind this, since the fact that the supply depot is already there, so you can't really do anything early aggressive anyway.
Well, it does look like Sintox is going to be doing the exact opposite of early aggression. He's going to be doing total economic greed. I'm sure the greedy player in you is very happy with this situation.
Oh, believe me, I am. Triple command center. This is a man of my own heart. The problem for me is that I tend to lose after this. So I hope that Sintox isn't.
I mean, Korean style and hard at that. Nice little micro wars popping up at the front. The bunker is not yet up. Zealot's doing significant damage here, but he is going to die behind enemy lines. And this is going to be some well-placed early aggression. Krallsman very much just playing it standard, but realizing there's not enough here. That bunker is late. Something is fishy. I believe he already suspects that the command center's up.
I think he even got... Let's see...
I believe that he thinks the third command center is up.
Oh, yeah, of course. I said he should have gotten the scouts off. So, yeah, he most likely would suspect that that is something that's happening, especially with the very late bunker and the few Marines that were out. So, as almost always, Jack, you are completely correct.
I'm sorry for not being articulate with my native language. SCV was hidden in the base to go ahead and scout the timing of everything. Does go ahead and see the robo facility almost finishing up, so he's got to feel pretty good about that. He doesn't see too many gateways. He sees that everything's being played very standard, and of course, if you're going for this greedy economic build with all your extra SCVs and mules, that's exactly what you want to scout. So Sintox feeling good about life and his map choice right about now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's feeling a little bit pressured though, since he's building a second bunker. Of course, bunkers can get salvaged, so they are more or less some type of bank. I would say like a Greek bank, because you're actually losing money by investing into it.
Ooh.
But other than that,
Eurozone crisis jokes.
yeah, that happens quite a lot. So I mean, he's feeling a little bit pressured, but then again, as we said, salvaging the bunker is not the biggest of deals. He's got triple command center, which means triple mule, which means a surplus of.
See, that's. I mean,
minerals.
I'm going to point this out because, of course, you're a randomer. I've only played Terran up to Master, Zerg up to Diamond. I'm going to say that, traditionally speaking, you are so correct about the second bunker being a sign of fear and weakness. Not with this opening. It's something that drives me mad about it, is if you are going to go for that early orbital, build the second bunker. You're going to have those minerals back in no time. It's not a fear-based thing at all. It's just a totally reasonable precaution. And I also like that he's put the supply depot between the two. This is something that's gone out of style for quite some time. I don't understand it. Somebody has to have perfect force fields. Otherwise, this supply depot really does help SUV's mass repairing. In I'd say 3 out of 4 circumstances, it's beneficial. So I like it. I like it. He's got a little bulwark. He's playing very comfortably this game compared to the previous one. And it's paying off for him, sir. I really do believe.
Yeah, I mean, just taking a look at the income tab, when you see a Terran that is actually up on SCVs just by the one though, and he also snipes off that upside, which is always a good thing.
So good.
So, I mean, with just having more SCVs plus triple mule, that means that you're going to have a lot of minerals. And since you're a Master Terran, please do tell me, what do you invest minerals into that is insanely good in this game?
Well, you know, you don't make any units from your racks because they're all terribly underpowered.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I don't even know how you say it with a straight face.
You
built a ton of Raxes, and then you hold down, you bind them all to one key, and then you press the C button. You just hold it down like you're trying to kill it, and then after that, I'd say about a minute later, depending on how hot your stove gets, you hold down the A key, and then once you get all those guys together, you press the T key, and then you press the Enter GG Enter.
C key?
Yeah, for reactors.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, see, I was thinking like.
Once you gather your barracks, you press the C. You hold the C key down.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you. I'm just.
Okay.
It's
a recipe for success.
Yeah, you're way more, into explaining stuff than I am. I was like, okay, well, he even explained build your reactors.
I don't want any confusion out there about what add-on goes on those Raxes if you're going for this build. It's the C one, not the X one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, C, no, you build Marauders with D, and you build Marines with A. You don't build any of those 2 units with C. I just got absolutely stumped by the fact that you are so much better at explaining stuff than I am.
Oh, what a jerk you are. Third base is attempting to come down for Krallman, but again, economically, he's been behind for some time. He's behind 8 Harvesters, and that's with 3 Mules on top of it. Another command center can be made at any time. I have discovered that this is a forced cross-spawn position. I don't know if Krallman knew it, but Izno certainly seems to have been playing it out that way. Once he gets these additional supply depots up and running, he's got the economy, he's got the tech. The only thing he doesn't have is the upgrades and the transition, I'm afraid. They're just a little bit behind, but that's okay. Again, he played it very safe at the start, and it's paid off, so it's hardly a criticism. It's just more of a point to make.
Absolutely. I do want to point out that both of them scouted the uninhabited location, so I don't think that Izno either knew it.
That is probably the most valid counter. I'm just going to go and put on my cone shame right now.
I don't want to be that guy, but the OCD in me has to say that
there is nothing wrong about being right. Just give me the dunce cap, and later you can spank me.
Oh. So there's an actual upside to this whole thing. That's really good. And now he's moving across the map. I wonder when that magical T key will be hit. Because right now, he's even landing the factory to make an insanely annoying choke off.
Terran force field, baby. That is not so bad, and the third is going to fall in short order. I don't even know why he's warping in there.
Well, he likes to have zealots across the map, but now, as you said, the factory is dead, so he knows that there's a ton of Colossi out right now, but he has to build a factory before he can build another starport. So that is, the only downside of what just happened. And if that's the only downside, then you're in a
On
pretty
this
good thing.
particular map, I'm going to say my personal experience is you don't need as many Vikings as you do on others. It's a lot of wide open spaces. There's much less chokes. The chokes are sure. I'm saying that the Marines and the Marauders can do more damage versus Colossi than you typically get on a map like Daybreak. So I do think he needs a second starport, but I also think that, just as you said, that on this particular map, not a downside. Everything that's happened is really quite good for him.
It absolutely is. So, I mean, Krall is right now in a very weird position. He has gone into Templar Archives, which is, you know, the thing you need to do, and he is getting himself High Templars out, accumulating energy, getting Storm. But on the other end of the map, look at what the Terran is doing. He's getting 4 ghosts out at a time, a little bit too early with building them, so they're not quite going to get out behind the Mobius reactor. But that's, again, not the biggest of deals, because well, okay, I was going to say that they're probably not going to engage straight away, but here we go. Izno is just moving across the map, feeling confident, wanting to move on in as soon as he gets his +2 attacks, it seems. But then again, thinking, like, I don't want to attack into a really bad angle, so really smart by Izno, just moving it back there.
Indeed, going to load up a single medevac, just keeping the front, keeping the map open as it is. Second medevac loaded on up. Looks like some dual drops are going to be happening here.
Yeah, I feel like the Stalkers are right now going to make this particular end feel fairly safe, though. The other end of the map, of course, the left one, if you're Jack and not following my camera, since you're probably watching your own stuff, then that could be a little bit different. But then again, the Observer has scouted that out, so the army should be ready to just do something about it. And yeah, we see lovely little High Templars moving on in, gonna feedback, gonna kill. Feedback and kill. Oh, he's not gonna feedback. There we go with the feedback. A little bit late on the trigger though, but still, it's ended up costing him. It ends up costing him 2 High Templars where there should have been a cost of nothing. But I mean,
at the third time, some Zealots did go ahead and attack the third, forcing an SEV pull off and goes to cloak and snipe. So a big waste of energy there. There's still a Zealot attacking.
Look at the EMPs and the snipes. 1 High Templar left, and that High Templar just got sniped to death as well. This is not looking good for Krallman right now. Krall is in a very hard spot. Now we see the magical T button being pressed, and we see the A move as well moving up the map. He is very well placed. Forces there, keeping him choked in, doing as much damage as possible with the Colossi he is right now. The Colossi still do stand, and we've got a fairly big army for Krall. He's actually up in supply for, I believe, the first time in the game.
That attack was disastrous for Izno. He lost all of his Vikings. The Colossi retained their high number count. He attacked up the ramp. The only thing that was successful about that attack was that he is capable of shutting down the fourth. Another wave of Zealots is going to come in here towards the third. A second Ghost Academy was built, and I was excited because I thought there was going to be some nukage going on. But so far, no nuke has been made.
No, sadly not. That Marauder has some balls in him. 13 hit points, and he's attacking 3 Zealots. Going like, I don't give a damn.
I didn't get this purple heart by sitting around.
Yeah, something along those lines, most likely. And I don't know, it feels like Izno was in such a good position, but he's played very passive. So I believe that Krall has managed to crawl his way back into the game.
Oh, really? I don't have a pun to respond to your pun. I think you win.
Yes!
Hooray.
Finally!
This dunce camp is actually making me dumber.
Perhaps it is.
Additional command centers are going down. For the love of God, man, make some nukes. Dark Shrine also going down. Ugh. The fourth is attempting to, or is just about to come up for Krallman. So well done there. He is really actually back in this game in a big, big way with upgrades and everything else, and very solid positioning when defending his third the second time around. So Izno has squandered the lead. He is by no means out of this game, but just as Bob said, it's an odd situation to be in. It's very frustrating to know that you were ahead for so long and now you're not.
Yeah, it really is. And now that we see Izno is moving across the map yet again, I don't know if he wants to attack just yet. He is maxed out, so he probably would want to, especially since he's probably feeling that Krall is moving up towards max. And when it's maxed against max, if you let the Protoss sit for too long, he's just gonna be able to build a ton of gateways and then just more or less resupply up to 200 straight away again after the fight. Really nice spreading here by Krall, man. Anticipated the ghosts to move on in. He even snipes the ghost off really early on there. And right now, indecision though with the Colossi, that costs him, I would even say 3 of them before they even got any hits off. So the stimmed up army for Izno is right now just going to town on this army. There we see the last one of the Colossi just falling down, sniping every single thing that is going to be a threat to the army. And I don't really know who's going to come out ahead of this. It does feel like Izno is going to do so, but not as significantly as he most likely would want to. So if he doesn't do a lot of damage right now, it could just allow Krall to come back into this.
Oh, he is making this beautiful move, deciding to go into the third. This is very risky. I don't know if it's going to pay off, but I definitely appreciate the brass of it. Big blink, and he's going to try and load up and get away. Oh, that last warp in of Zealots was the killer. Double Colossi coming out, but again, the fourth is now established for Izno. He does have all those mules. He's got another command center that he can morph in at any time into an orbital. And the scans go ahead and prove that there is absolutely no observer up there. So a drop into the mineral line at the fourth. It's an absolute just shank fest going on right now, sir.
It really is a drop attempt, I would call it, over on the third as well, with a ghost inside of the drop as well. That's not something you see every day. But then
Mando
again,
ghost.
yeah, I mean, last time we saw proxied Colossi, so why not even see that? 4 warped in Zealots, he snipes one of them before he warps in completely and then just lifts off everything. So he's doing everything that is in his power. Loading in the most annoying spot there is, and with a ghost at that, there's no way that the Zealots are going to be able to do anything, but 2 Stalkers should be able to make fairly quick work of this, especially with the Colossi that's backing him up right now.
I hear Colossi pretty good versus Ghost one-on-one.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty good. Oh, but look at that kill!
Oh, went down! The forges are unpowered!
Yes.
That is awesome!
I mean, the sad thing for Izno right now is that 3-3 has already been done for Krall, but other than that, such a beautiful final snipe.
Oh, man! That's pretty great. Oh, very good stuff. Okay, so Planetary is now officially warped in on the 4th, so a couple of Zealot warp-ins not going to be a big deal there. Big attack here at the 4th of the Protoss now. That Terran army is going to be just decimated. It needs to run away, and needs to run away now, sir.
He does have to do that indeed, and the problem right now is that Blink is out, so he can't just blink forward and kill off a lot of these medevacs. He doesn't quite get all of them. He gets 1 and then 1 down to the red, but he is chasing across the map, and I don't really know exactly what he's got. Is he going to kill the rocks just to save 2 of his stranded Stalkers instead of blinking them down? It seems that way, but then again, if you Krall, you can do that.
Zealots ran all the way across a planetary fortress, taking 3 salvos to run into the 3rd and kill a bunch of SCVs.
Yeah, 3-3 Zealots. They don't fear nothing.
No, they literally did like a Benny Hill run by the planetary fortress. It was amazing.
Yeah, and
Fifth attempting to come up now. Lots of Archons being made. Archons can be made either way, whichever happens, whichever resource Krallman wants to be able to dump at the time, either gas or mineral-wise. He's getting to this scary death ball state that every Terran doth fear.
yes, that is absolutely true. And the only thing that I would love for... Oh, he's actually doing that. He's upgrading shields as well. He can't quite afford getting level 2, but he's got level 1 already. He chrono boosts into the Robo Bay that is unpowered. That's a sad thing to do. And suddenly that snipe of that pylon has paid off.
I have never seen that before. That is awesome.
He did.
Oh, that's so cool.
I mean, why would the robotics bay be unpowered when everything else is powered?
Well,
So I absolutely believe. I absolutely understand.
He really wants that gravatic drive, I guess. It's like, oh, I need it now.
Yeah, he's getting.
The Terran army is going to come in here. There is tons of infrastructure that is up for grabs. Oh my, this is a bad position for the Terran army. They're not even all the way up the ramp. This is bad. He's going to fight, but he's going to
He's so clumped up though. He is so insanely clumped up. Really nice EMPs there though, but all the Archons are trying to morph on him, but they will get sniped up before they even can do anything, and now there's tons of Colossus just completely raining terror down upon this Terran army. He needs to lift off and try to get out of there, but there are still stuff that can shoot up, and only 3 medevacs make it out of there. That was almost the entirety of the Terran army just going down to medevacs, and a couple of units inside of them get out of there.
I mean, that is some brash engagement strategy right there. That is...
Oh,
They
you'll
do...
notice as well that it's not the best thing to do. Two Blink Stalkers out on the map, and then a couple of more just warped on in, killed off the last remaining of those medivacs.
Oh man, does Izno know about this fifth base? He does not. He is in the dark about it. That is going to come back and hurt him. He has not even taken out the pylons that dot around his particular fourth. He is slowly losing this game, sir.
Yeah, yes. This is the problem with a Terran on tons and tons of command centers, especially early on, is that mules are great at mining mineral fields, but the downside of that is that mules are great at mining mineral fields.
Yes, often you will find that if you put three on the same one, that it just vanishes.
Yeah, so he's now basically down to, I would say, 2 base economy, soon 1 base, and if this planetary falls, he's thusly down on more or less no base economy, which is going to be a very hard spot to be in if you want to try and make a comeback into this game. And the Colossi army still stands. 2 hit points on one of the Colossus. He decides to move on back with him. He can go in and kill off the planetary fortress because Colossi do outrange it. Now the last vestiges of the army for the Terran is trying to move on in, kills off 1 Colossi, kills off 2 Colossus. Well, 1 Colossus, 2 Colossi, but will he get the rest of them though? That's the question. A brave SCV, will he kill the Colossus? He kills the He will! He's so close!
Come on!
He's chasing him!
They don't
No.
know he's there.
Oh, that's so close though.
That SCV was doing 1 damage per hit. God damn it.
Yeah, and he almost got the Colossus. He was 20 hits away.
Believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. That is the moral of the story.
It is. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, Izno is proving that, you know, he knows that everything can fight and everywhere is a battlefield right now, even love.
He saw one of those propaganda posters that says Manx wants you, and he says when the time comes.
Yeah, so he did so. He told his SCV there that the time has come. You shall take that Vespene gas you have in your hands.
Right, you'll try and throw it into one of the wounds of the Colossus, and then the Marine will shoot the barrel, and it'll explode.
And
just like
also,
Jaws. Yeah, it didn't happen.
No, but that's because there were no Marines around. Otherwise it would have happened.
I mean, he got the gas in there and everything. We just didn't see it on screen because that's in the extended edition. Lots of Vikings here are going to be capable of taking this out, but look at the blink forward. At this point, losing the Colossus isn't that the Colossi isn't that big of a deal either. Krallman knows he has it, and great manners coming out of Sintox after what I again think would be a very frustrating loss.
I believe so as well. And